So I'm super excited to talk about purpose. And I always say purpose and fulfillment feels so good to be combined together. And when I talk about purpose and identity, is oftentimes people want to change behavior environment when we really need to go to the top and look at our purpose, and that can change our identity, right? So these are huge things. But a lot of people ask, what is my purpose? Sometimes our purpose is for today, is to do today, is to do exactly what we're doing, is to be who we are today, to get up, to go to work, to take care of our family. That is our purpose. And then oftentimes, too, our purpose might be to heal ourselves, to start listening to the thoughts that we keep thinking about, like stop drinking alcohol, or you should really quit your job, or you should do these other things. So our purpose might be just, again, getting therapy, getting help, trying to figure out the things that we need to do in order to get us to something else that's bigger and that we, feel that might be more of our purpose. But again, our purpose doesn't have to be this huge in your face thing. It can be small things to get us the big things or the things that feel just really good for us. They don't have to be big, but as long as it's meaningful. So when I stopped drinking alcohol, I had thoughts to write a kid's book. I could have dismissed it. And I wrote two kids' books. And so that is so fulfilling. And then I decided to coach and help other people trying to stop drinking alcohol, trying to figure out their path. And that has been just amazing. But if you would have told me that 2 years ago, that would have been something I would have been doing, I would have not believed it. So you sometimes just got to really just trust the process. And now we're looking at short-term purpose, long-term purpose. Like, let's say you want to write books. Let's say you're really interested in writing books. And you have these fleeting thoughts about being, this best-selling author, writing, getting a contract. But sometimes we have to learn how to do those things to get the big things. And so sometimes it might just be, okay, I'm going to learn how to do this, then that. And having patience, having grace. And again, when we're looking at our goals and our purpose, we might encounter limiting beliefs, mindset struggles. So the things that tell us we can't do the things that we want to do, that we can't have the dreams we want to have because we believe that. And so really it's just identifying the things that have stopped us from doing what we want to do. And it doesn't mean you have to do everything the second, but if we don't do the things that we are just obsessed about or we just can't stop thinking about, then really that just doesn't feel good and it doesn't really go with our values. Now, these are some questions I love to ask people. What do you love to talk about? What could you talk about for a really long amount of time? What could you do for hours? What have you thought about a lot? This is a big one. This is your intuition. We'll get to that in a second. But if you think about something over and over and over again, take note of it. That's so important. That's so amazing because that might be something you should consider. And what are you good at? What are things that you're really good at? I have a girlfriend that loves to plan and she's so good at it. And I think she's thinking about doing it maybe as a side hustle or something like that. But why not? We tell ourselves we can't do these things, but we love them. And we don't know if to know the outcome 100% either with some of this stuff. And lastly, how do you strengthen your purpose? How do you strengthen the knowing of your purpose? Your intuition. It all stems from your intuition. Who's really busy, chaotic, and doing all the things? Most of us. And so we don't pay attention to our intuition. We're busy. So we really need to relax and get calm to have more clarity. How do we do that? There's lots of ways. So you can meditate. Meditate's wonderful to settle your mind, but also to kind of just relax you and open that channel for those thoughts. So intuition thoughts, thoughts of what you should be doing. Maybe you hear yourself thinking about things. Maybe you get premonitions or you just have a knowing about something. Maybe you just feel something is right for you. These are all ways we get intuition. So you can easily go on YouTube. There's tons of meditation apps. So you don't have to meditate for hours. You can do 5 minutes. And something that's super fun is to even look for meditations for purpose, like 5-minute meditation for purpose. Journaling's amazing. Journaling is great because it gets stuff here out here. And oftentimes when we really start getting into journaling, we write things that we weren't expecting sometimes that give us some clarity on things that we could be doing. Art, walking. And I always tell people to get out in nature. You can get so much clarity. And buy a notebook. Buy a notebook to write down what am I bringing in? When you ask like the universe, I want to start seeing what my purpose is. Keep in mind, your purpose might just be to get something, like to get a book, to heal. It might not be these grandiose things, because in order to get the things you really deep down might need to get or that you want, you might have to do these other things. So be open, but write down the thoughts. If you have a thought about writing a book, write it down, because this is how we strengthen our intuition, right? If we ignore it and don't pay attention to it, it just dies. So you have to start paying attention to the thoughts, and even having the intention that you're open and you're being mindful is going to like send things your way that are, they're going to help you. And ask for guidance. You are always guided. You can ask for, guidance from your angels, your guides. You can say, I'm ready to learn. Give me some guidance. So again, and be open-minded. You might see 555 or 444, the synchronicity numbers. You might, just have these feelings, and you might just meet the right people at the right time. And so these are some of the things that are just so helpful for intuition. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're interested in coaching, please reach out. I do alcohol-free and mindset coaching. I help people find their bigger purpose in life.